Hi, in this video I'd like to talk briefly about money and the law of attraction. Money and the law of attraction. Now we know the law of attraction is based not on wanting but on belief. If you say to yourself in your mind, or you feel the desire, I want this, for example, I want more money. You know what the universe comes back? The law of attraction says, yes, you do. And it gives you more wanting for the same thing. Wanting won't bring you what you want. So you've got to change tack. You've got to believe that you'll get what you want. The wanting disappears and the belief is it's there for me. It's there already. How does this work for money? Well, in my own life, I'm certainly not a rich person, but about 30 years ago, maybe a little less, 25 years ago, I tried a little experiment. I'd read somewhere that if you give a certain amount of money to charity, a very small amount, and if you can afford it, just for an experiment, try making it 3 times the amount. Now, the amount I was giving was infinitesimally small, so to increase it to 3 times what I was giving wasn't going to break me. I thought I might be a bit poorer at the end of it for it, but we'll see. We'll try the experiment. Now, when you try an experiment like this, it's like putting a seed in the ground. You don't keep digging down to see how it's going. You give it time to grow. So in this instance, I decided that I wouldn't check on my bank accounts for 6 months. I would see how it would go. I fully expected to be a little bit poorer at the end of that time. It didn't happen. I was even better off. And it hadn't come from interest, and it hadn't come from people giving me money. How could it come about? Well, the universe works in strange ways. Money is just a symptom of benefits and loss. Now, it could well have happened that bills that I expected to pay were less than I expected to pay. Repairs on the car didn't occur, etc., etc. So in other words, by giving that little bit more and believing, or at least trying to believe, that I might be better off at the end of the time, not doubting it, putting it aside, I was better off at the end of the time. And this seems to work all the time, because it says there somewhere in the Bible, I think it is, as you give, so shall you receive. And then something else is added about getting more back. And this seems to be the way it goes. So take a little risk. Try the experiment. If you give so much money away to some organisation or organisations, and you feel that it's not going to detract from you in such a way that you're always thinking about it, give maybe twice, maybe 3 times as much for a period of time, and then take a look. Take a look. Are you marginally better off? Are you a fair bit better off? If you are worse off, maybe it's because you were worrying about it. But if you were worse off, then obviously the experiment doesn't work. But if you're better off, you know it does work. Now you might be, if you say, I want to be rich, that won't happen. If you believe that you will be rich, maybe. But let's be more modest about this. Let's say, I will always have enough money. I will always have more than enough money. That's a good one. I will always have more than enough money to meet my needs. Try that for a while. the 6 months trial period. See how it goes. The law of attraction, I believe, does work. You've just got to work it rather than thinking, I want something and hoping it'll come into your life.